Hi, my name's McCullough Young. I'm going to tell you about my endeavour, walk a mile in my shoes. After being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, I decided to walk around the edge of the UK to highlight the experience of people with mental health problems. The reason I'm going around the edge is that's where people often feel they are. I felt it was important to get out there and challenge mental health stigma one conversation at a time.
So what have you done to tackle mental health stigma?
Well, one of the things I heard on the radio which really struck me was that 90% of people wouldn't knowingly invite somebody with a mental health problem into their homes. So I thought that's a stigma that really needs battling. So I decided to rely purely on the kindness of the people of the UK to look after me whilst talking about mental ill health and telling people, look, this is what mental ill health looks like. And people who've invited me into their homes, fed me, looked after me.
I'd just like to ask you what your thoughts are about stigma and why it's important that we tackle it.
Stigma, to my mind, is just negative discrimination against a group or person for no other reason than a negative stereotype. The thing is, I think we're all prejudiced. It's what we do with that prejudice that matters. People with mental health problems, like myself, want to be involved in every facet of life. We want to work, we want to play, we want to be educated. It's when stigma gets in the way, it stops all that. It gets rid of, really, it gets in the way of somebody's human rights.
So how can just walking and talking help?
Well, if you look at the media, prejudice is everywhere. You know, if you look at newspapers, TV, it's all over the place. So when I meet up with people in the street and start talking to them, they'll say to me, but Chris, you don't look like one. And I say, well, what's supposed to look like? Am I supposed to have a trap door with a cuckoo coming out of it? So, you know, it's having that bit of humour that sort of helps conversation. The other thing is, you know, mental health professionals and people with mental health problems, they often meet up at points of real conflict. Now, if we can get people just walking and talking with each other, it's a lot calmer, and those labels really just go out the window.
So tell me, Chris, how have people reacted to you?
Do you know, people have been fabulous. In fact, I think the most important thing to get across on this is people are fabulous. People have invited me into their homes and just been incredibly understanding. And you know, I look like a bouncer in a skirt, and they've just been an absolute delight. People will sometimes use clumsy words, and they're not meaning to be stigmatizing. So when people say, I hope you don't mind me saying, but you're a bit crazy for what you're doing, you're a bit mad, you know, I don't sort of dive in there and say, I don't approve of that language, because if I did that, I'd be stopping dialogue, and that is absolutely what I don't want.
So what do you want us to do then, and how do you want them to get involved?
Yeah, I want people to start with themselves. Think to yourself, what do you do to stigmatise other people? Because we all have prejudices. But other than that, I want people to get involved with the whole walk a mile gig. You can go to one of the organised walks. You can become a volunteer at one of these walks. You can walk a mile with me as I walk around the edge of the UK. You can invite me along to talk to any of your groups. The thing that I want most for people, though, is next time you approach a stranger and you're going to talk to them, imagine to yourself that this person is going to be fantastic. They're going to be a great person, and you won't be disappointed.